Hi, everybody. My name is Mark Fisher, and this is my channel, Las Vegas Travel and More. And I'm here this week with Las Vegas Travel News, and I wanted to give you an update on what's going on. Las Vegas is boring. I don't get that. I mean, we're the entertainment capital, really, of the world between our nightlife, our nightclubs, the casino gambling, the hotels, the shows. How could anybody find Las Vegas boring? Well, it's actually a play on words. Uh, it involves the richest man in the world. This is Elon Musk, and he is the richest man in the world. And he has a company called the Boring Company. And he started it several years ago. And basically, he's developed a system whereby they can bore tunnels underground, all right, in order to facilitate transportation, freight, utilities, and that type of thing. And this is the actual like boring equipment. It goes in and it goes underground and it digs through, and you have no disruption to the infrastructure above, like the sidewalks or the streets or anything like that. And the first project that he did on that was here at the convention center in Las Vegas. This happened about 4 years ago. They started it, and it's in operation now. And that's the aerial view of the Las Vegas Convention Center. They built a brand new West Hall over there on the left, where that number 3 is. And then, of course, they had the existing North Hall at number 2 and the South Hall at number 1. And walking that distance is about a mile. So basically, Elon Musk decided, and the Las Vegas Convention Authority, they hired them to drill a tunnel underneath the convention center in order to be able to transport people from one hall to the next, if they like, underground in electric Teslas, so that there's no pollution or anything like that. And it basically takes traffic off the street. And this is basically a proof in concept in terms of what, whether or not this would work, because the idea is that the Boring Company is going to do these things in other cities, right? So anyway, it has been successfully completed. This is an actual view from the West Hall. You get in your Tesla there on the left, and there's a driver in there, and they will drive you down underground. And then there's a station in the Central Hall, and then also at the South Hall, and you can go back the other way as well. And here's a view of the tunnels with the Tesla inside of them driving. And then here's another view here. And they're very futuristic and they're very cool. And it's basically like a little transportation system between the different halls at the convention center. And they have now linked it as well to Resort World, which is a big casino on the Las Vegas Strip, so that you could go from Resort World to the convention center and that type of thing. Anyway, it was so successful that the Las Vegas City Council and Convention Authority, they approved the Elon Musk, the Boring Company, to do a system for the entire city of Las Vegas that runs up and down the Strip, all the way to downtown, all the way to the airport, all the way out to Allegiant Football Stadium. And since then, this is the initial loop that they added in terms of the different travel and the different hotels. And there are going to be over 50 different stations underground that will take visitors wherever they want to go without the traffic or congestion. And I'll give you some ideas here. They've now expanded it, that initial part, to all these different stations that they're doing. The yellow line in the center is what the existing system is right now, and they're currently drilling, the travel tunnels out to different sections of the city, and they're doing it in bits by bits, right? And it's not disruptive to the environment. It's not disruptive to workers or people driving or anything like that, because it's underground. You don't even see that they're there. This is what the prototype is going to be for the basically subway cars. They're electric, of course, and they will come to the whatever station, and you get on, and it'll hold, I think, 16 passengers, and it'll take you to wherever it is that you need to go, and you'll get there in a very fast and efficient time. And this is an example of one of the stations that basically, it's an above ground station, but an elevator takes the subway car up to wherever the station is. People get in, then the elevator takes it back down into the tube, and then away it goes to its next location, which is pretty cool if you think about it. It's not like a New York subway system or in Japan or anything like that. This is going to be very, very futuristic, if you ask me. And then this is they've extended it now to the Westgate Hotel, excuse me, next to the Las Vegas Convention Center. This is where they came through with the tunneling portion, and this hotel is right near the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's going to be very cool. What they're doing is it's going to they estimate that it's going to handle 90,000 riders an hour once it's up and running. And they're expecting that it's going to be fully completed within the next 5 years. The money has all been approved by the city council, by the convention authority, and they're actively putting this thing in, and they're boring underground and putting in this tunnel system, which will be great. And it'll be a good example for other cities where the boring company can do this in other major cities and set up their own subway system and mass rapid transit system. So anyway, so they've got this going on right now in Las Vegas, and it's the reason that it just recently came up again is that the Boring Company just bought some land over by Chinatown on Spring Mountain Road, and they're going to be making a major station there. And that was just announced, and it's going to extend up through to Chinatown. So visitors are going to have a lot easier way of getting around Las Vegas within the next 4 to 5 years. And like I said, it'll come out in different phases, whereby you can actually try it out and go to the different areas. And of course, they're going to charge for it, but it's going to be less expensive than a taxi cab or even an Uber or a Lyft ride. So anyway, that Las Vegas, looking towards the future. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, is contributing this, and the company it's based here in Las Vegas, and it's up and running. The other thing that I wanted to mention in Las Vegas news is the Formula One race, which happened in November. Some of the results have come in terms of how successful it was. It's been very successful in some regards. The MGM Resort casinos had their highest casino win rate or win drop, they call it, that weekend in the history of the company. And a lot of the hotels and casinos, did very, very well. The only downsides have been some of the local businesses nearby were interrupted by the construction. And then some of the shows on the Strip, because of the late time that the Formula One race was on, it didn't start till 10 o'clock local time. A lot of the shows along the Strip didn't have performances that entire week because it was right in the middle of the times that they would have shows. So they lost quite a bit of money. So some people are making recommendations based off of the first time this was done for next year to maybe start the race earlier, and they'll see if they can get Formula One to agree to that. So that way the casinos, the restaurants, and the showrooms can actually do better business. But people were really excited. It was a great showcase for Las Vegas. I've driven down by the route recently, and they're still taking it apart. Most of the roads are back open, but they're going to be taking down the temporary bridge that they built up over Koval Lane on from Flamingo Road sometime starting this week, because the National Finals Rodeo is finally over. And that means that they can start taking that bridge apart. So Formula One so far, it's been very successful. People are very happy with it. And hopefully they'll make some changes, as anything, to make it better. And we'll see how that goes. And then finally, the other thing, too, is that the Fontainebleau Hotel and Resort opened up this week on the 13th of December. And Justin Timberlake was the grand opening performer. They had a big grand opening VIP party. Paul Anka was there. Cher was there. And apparently it's very stylish and very interesting. And I'll be going into that casino. I'll take some pictures and some video very shortly. Other headliners that are going to be there, Post Malone is going to be headlining in the Fontainebleau on a regular basis starting in January. So that's been big news here in Las Vegas as well. If you've got any comments or anything like that, I'm going to go over and see if there's any questions or comments here. Hello from Pennsylvania. I appreciate that. One love. How you doing? And here's Tracy, Tina, and the last 20. Good day, Mark. Hey, thank you very much, Tina. I appreciate you watching. And anyways, let's see here. This is a good comment here from Boda29. I've always heard Vegas is very deceiving for walking. Looks close, but probably further than you think. Absolutely. If you, are at one casino and then you look down the street, it looks like it's very close, but it could be over a mile to actually walk to that casino. And particularly, this is going to be helpful in the summertime when we reach temperatures of 105 to 115 degrees, and it's just too hot. You can't walk out there, and even though it's a dry heat, it's very hot in the daytime to be able to walk that far. So this is going to be an alternative to paying for a Lyft or a Uber ride or a taxi ride. So it'll be actually easier to get around. Now we also have a monorail system that extends from the MGM Hotel all the way down to the SLS Sahara Hotel. But it's been there for years, and it goes to the convention center. It's on the back of the casinos, though, so it's inconvenient for some people to be able to get to it and use it. So this system is going to be much more less intrusive because it'll actually have the stations closer to the main casinos and the main hotel entrances, and it's not obstructive. They're not going to be tearing up places in order to be able to build big stations. Like I said, I showed you the thing with the little elevator and stuff, so it should be pretty cool in terms of how they do that. And here we have somebody here, right here, Jenny H. Good morning from right here in Las Vegas. Hey, thanks very much, Jenny H., for watching. And then we've got Terry Ray. Hi, Terry Ray. Can't wait to go back to Las Vegas. I'm planning a trip for 2024. That's fantastic. Hey, listen, if you do come into town, you can always contact me at Messenger on Duty MF at gmail.com. And if I have time, I definitely would meet up with you all and would love to meet you, Terry Ray, your family, and your friends. So I'm available for that anytime anybody wants to. And let's see what else we got here. One Love says, wow, that's cool. That is very, very cool. Thank you so much. And then, wow, 90,000 riders per hour. That gives me anxiety. LOL. Jenny H. I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, first of all, they've got to get all the tunnels dug and the stations built and all that. And then, it'll take people a little bit of time to get used to it. But it would be pretty amazing if it could do that, because it'll also take cars and traffic off the strip as well. If people are actually taking, basically the subway with electric vehicles underground. And it's been tested out, and we'll see how it goes. The other thing that's happening also in Las Vegas, again, I mentioned this last week, is that they're building a bullet train from Southern California near San Bernardino all the way to Las Vegas. It's called Brightline, and the federal government just basically gave $3 billion towards the project. It's going to be a total of $6 billion. But they're getting underway. They're going to start constructing it. And the idea is they want to have it all completed before the Los Angeles next Olympic Games, which I think are in 2026. So that'll be a way to actually get between Los Angeles, Southern California area to Las Vegas and back at over 200 miles an hour on a bullet train, which would be pretty amazing. So it's about time that, our country gets into the 21st century as far as mass transit goes. And here, this is a comment from Jenny H. My partner drives for Lyft, and she said it was a nightmare to get around. Yes, it was. During the Formula One race, it was very difficult to get around the strip for about 6 months because they were repaving the actual route of the track. And that paving, of course, is now done, and it's supposed to last for the next 8 years. So hopefully they won't have to do it again, and it'll be a lot less intrusive this coming year. But Formula One has definitely put, us internationally even more so on the map, and we're getting even more people here. And the Super Bowl, of course, is next. That's going to be in the first week of February. We're going to have Super Bowl week here, and we're the best place to for a Super Bowl because we have the infrastructure already with all the hotel rooms. The stadium is right next to the strip. It's very easy to get to. And so I think this is going to become a very popular place to have the Super Bowl for the NFL each year, or not each year, but on a rotational basis. Yes, Tom Brady was at the Fontainebleau opening, and he was there. They had a ceremonial throwing the dice at the craps table, and it was Tom Brady, and there was Paul Anka and Justin Timberlake and Cher, and there were other celebrities there as well. And like I said, Post Malone is going to be there starting in January, have a routine residency there at the Fontainebleau Hotel. And we've got a question here from One Love 51000. Question: do you ever treat yourself to a show? They have such great headliners there. Yeah, I have in the past, quite a bit. It just depends. Some of them are very pricey. Like if you get like a big concert in here now, they actually charge more for concerts here in Las Vegas. The touring acts do, like the rock bands or the pop singers, than they would in other cities because they know that people will pay it. So us locals, we don't always necessarily go to see the show. But I just had my friend Tom and his girlfriend. They just went to the Sphere. I took them there last Wednesday. The new Sphere next to the Venetian, which is where U2 is performing there on a routine basis. And they went and saw U2 in the Sphere, and it was a fantastic experience, they said. And it's definitely something I'd like to do. Now, they were smart. They bought their tickets on StubHub about 3 months beforehand, and they were able to get a deal, and their tickets were like $99 each, whereas the going rate for tickets are generally around $300. And if the show sold out, you could pay even more than that. But yeah, I go see Vegas shows when they're interesting. I've seen most of the Cirque du Soleil shows. I've lived here for over 33 years, and they're a lot of fun and they're interesting. And the best time to go see them for me is when I have somebody in town visiting and they've never been there, and I can take them around and show them around. So thanks for that question here. And let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Boda 29, yes. We're just going to see. I'm excited for the expansion of these types of transit, especially connecting further distances like LA to LV Brightline. I agree. Here's somebody here who said, "Hi, Marianne, how you doing? Saw YouTube on November 1st at the Sphere. It's a pretty amazing experience, from what I understand, and it's they've got these big, huge, light screens. I mean, it is a Sphere, and it's I don't know how many stories tall, but I saw some of the videos that they took of it, and it's pretty amazing the different graphics and visuals they have in there. You also can go see that Sphere, and they have a movie that was done by Darren Aronofsky that actually is kind of like. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Disneyland or Disney World, but when I was a kid, they had a big 360-degree theater where you could see, and they did a specialized movie where it actually made you feel like it was, you were actually flying, and it was big and all that. Well, they can do those kind of things in the Sphere. They also have, speaker. The sound system is amazing. They have speakers in the seats, so it's not loud and blasting like most rock concerts are, and that type of thing. So, but it's definitely something that I'm interested in seeing here. Anyway, I appreciate everybody who showed up to watch this morning, the Las Vegas news. If you are interested, please subscribe to my channel, Las Vegas Travel and More. It's on YouTube at mfisherlv. I would appreciate it. I cover news about Las Vegas and also travel around the world. I did a 1-hour video about my trip to London with our friend Alex, and I'm Janice, my friend, my other partner on my other channel. She goes on cruises, and I'm going to be going on cruises. And we like to share the information that we find with people, share travel tips, and also the photographs, the things to see. And we hope that you all enjoy it and have a good time watching all of this here at this channel. So it's Las Vegas Travel and More. Please subscribe. It's at mfisherlv, and I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you have any questions, please ask in the comments section down below. I answer all my questions. And also, if you've got an opinion or something you'd like to state, you can state it there, and I will respond to you. And if you'd like to donate or support this channel, you can always buy me a coffee. It's down in the description of the video down here below. Just click on the link and you can buy me a coffee. Any support is appreciated, and I really it really helps me to create more content, go see more shows, go review more restaurants. That's the other thing that I do on it as well. So anyway, I appreciate everybody here that's watching, and if you have any questions, like I said, please ask me down below. And until the next time, I want to say thank you for watching. You all have a great weekend, and I'll